The way that Trump could, in some ways, Elon can too, because so many people want to hear what he has to say. So Warren's a little upset about it.
The world's richest freeloader evidently has a very thin skin. But you know the part that really makes me angry about this? It's on behalf of every public school teacher, every waitress, every computer programmer who actually paid taxes. That means they paid more than Elon Musk did. But the days when these guys not only get to rake it all in, but then rub everybody else's nose in it while they head off into outer space and declare how they did this all on their own when they were subsidized by the federal government and subsidized by every waitress and by every public school teacher who paid their taxes. This is wrong.
Yeah, every waitress across the country who's listening to the show right now is saying, Elon didn't send spaceships out there because of my extra tips, okay? Like, Elizabeth Warren is being such a demagogue. Everybody knows this is Marxist class warfare crap. And by the way, she's worth about 12 to 15 million, I think, something like that herself. She was seen on a private jet, Clay, yesterday.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If I could point towards anybody in the public eye right now and say, I hope my kids could grow up like this guy, Elon Musk would be at the top of the list, right? Think about how amazing this guy is. He decided, hey, you know what? I want to send rocket ships to space. I think I can do a better job of it than NASA. And he did. He said, hey, you know what? I want to reinvent the car so that we're not reliant on oil, right? So in theory, we could create more energy independence. And he did it. And oh, by the way, on the Joy Reid attack, Elon Musk is an immigrant from South Africa. So he's actually, unlike her, 100% an African American. He was born in Africa, and now he lives in America. He is an African American. So I'm not even sure that she could accuse him of cultural misappropriation, since unlike her, he's actually an African American, born in Africa, now an American.
And you know what his sin is, of course. There are all these lib billionaires. A lot of them are people that have made money through financial services, and people like Soros, who made his money through a lot of currency speculation and often on the misery of other countries having their currencies devalued over the years. There are people that do that, but as long as they support the right causes, they remain untouched by all this, right? Jeff Bezos buys the Washington Post, so Jeff Bezos gets left alone by the whole media, also because he obviously buys his ink by the barrel and has it delivered by drone to your front door. Yes. So people tend to leave him alone. Because Elon believes in capitalism, and also because he has been, along with you and me, questioning all this stupid. So remember when 6 feet of social distancing was the mantra that was going to save us all? Now we all know it's completely arbitrary and moronic. All the mask stuff. Suddenly we discovered masks can stop all respiratory illness if we only wear them for. Not true. He knew that. So he's been questioning that apparatus too. So he's a target for the Marxist nonsense, and other billionaires, of course, who write checks to DAs who let criminals out to go beat old ladies with lead pipes and not get punished. They don't get this treatment from Elizabeth Warren. I wonder why.
Yeah, and credit to Rush, too, for Pocahontas, which was a play on Pocahontas. And then one of the funniest tweets, Dub just sent this to me from, again, I legitimately, sometimes the insults land, and I thought Trump on Elizabeth Warren landed really well. He put up a new campaign slogan for her, remember? It said, Warren, 1/the fraction 20/20th, to make fun of the fact that her percentage of being a Native American, that she ran with that. I mean, that was an amazing, amazing.
It's not just that she appropriated it. We have to remind people of this, because otherwise the media will do a whitewash of all of it. She leveraged our racial entitlement system of affirmative action in this country, and that is what it has been called in Supreme Court decisions. She leveraged that as a fraud to get hired at places as a law professor where she absolutely would not have been hired otherwise. So
That's
she
right.
gamed the racial entitlement system to her benefit,
yes,
and elevated herself professionally, and now turns around and wants to pretend that she's, a friend to truckers and waitresses. Yeah, sure she is.